What's good, guys? Welcome back to 6 Best Bets and Lock of the Week. We got a little parlay section, new little series that we had, a new little additional segment that we added to this video. So if you guys haven't already, guys, drop a like. We're going to be dropping my 6 Best Bets, Lock of the Week, my 6 most confident money lines, and a parlay section with 2 bonuses as well. I think you guys are going to like the bonuses. This card is a little bit more easier than UFC Seattle. We know UFC Seattle was a little bit of a mess, but we are on a 2 Lock of the Week streak, that being, let me check right here, Jose Delgado, and of course, we know it's Jose Delgado, and let me make sure, just to make sure, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. There we go. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez and Jose Delgado both have came in clutch, and that is the reason why we're on a 2-fight Lock of the Week streak, looking to make it 3. So this is a very important video for me, and everything's on the line. We know with Lock of the Week streak, I put everything on the line. So we're going to see if the streak continues or if it crashes and burns. Here we go. Without further ado, my first most confident pick of the week. Let's go. First most confident pick of the week. Danny Silva, 9-1-0. I think you guys already suspected that this guy would be here. One of the best boxers in the UFC, but we know he gets hit more often than we would like. In fact, he gets hit more than he actually lands. He has a negative striking differential. He's going to be taking on Lucas Almeida. We know Lucas Almeida is a plus 162. Danny Silva minus 210. And this video was a little bit harder to make because the props aren't out yet. It's Wednesday already on FanDuel. I expected the props to be out yet. I looked on the main event. I was trying to find an over. No, I had to go to a different bookie to find what the over was. So stay tuned for the bonus. Pay attention to that. But minus 210 for Danny Silva. Perfect money line in my opinion. Parlayable. And I got a nice little parlay for you guys. I will take him money line, but I'll also take him Friday. Stay tuned for last minute prediction video by KO or on points. I think he's going to win this fight by KO or on points. I don't think he's going to get a submission. We know he got a little bit of a new wrinkle in his game with that wrestling department against Josh Kulabau. He's going to be looking to make it a 4-fight win streak. I think he can get the dub over Lucas Almeida. Maybe Lucas Almeida wins the first round. Maybe this fight looks a little bit more competitive than it needs to be, but they're both very elite, so give me Danny Silva for the win. When we see him in the boxing department as well, this guy's one of the best boxers in the UFC, but as I said, he has a negative striking differential, but it's because he likes to stay in that pocket more often than you would like. But he's the better boxer. He should be better in the striking department, should be able to keep this fight on the feet, and if he's struggling a little bit, he can shoot a little takedown on Lucas Almeida, but we know that might be a little dangerous, so I expect Danny Silva to have success and win this Saturday. Let's go. Nice little 2-leg parlay. Shout out to welterweight wagers. He says, UFC, let me move this up real quick. Champion Mariscal, money line, Danny Silva, money line, nice little 2-leg parlay. He got it for minus 111. I got it for minus 139. I tailed him. Nice little 2-leg parlay. He put 2 units. I put 1 unit. But I think it's good. He says, only fear is how hittable Silva is, but his chin is good and his cardio is great and pressure is insane. He should win round 3 at a high clip and is the more likely to finish. Also, he's 6 years younger, so he put 2 of them. Danny Silva and Champion Mariscal. I like it. Let's go. Now we're going to get into my next most confident pick of the week, guys. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Let's go. Champion Mariscal, guys. We know Champion Mariscal is a massive favorite. He's minus 480 versus Ricardo Ramos, who's a plus 330. But with this fight right here, I'm taking Champion Mariscal by KO or on points, and I'm taking Champion Mariscal by decision. We know his last fight against Damian Jackson. I don't know how that fight wasn't stopped. That was very close to being stopped. Very competitive all the way through. But we know that if he's going to win this fight, it's either by KO or on points. There could be a submission possibility, but I don't think it's that likely. I like him by KO or on points. I believe it turns it into like a minus 300. We'll find out on Friday, if not tomorrow. If you guys see the props already, let me know what it's at. I'll take him by KO or on points, and I'll take Champion Mariscal by decision for the win. I think he should be able to win this fight one way or another. If it's not by KO, it's by decision. Champion Mariscal for the win. But we know he has a tough test against him in Ricardo Ramos. When we look at him in the striking department, it's one of my favorite fighters to watch. And we know against Morgan Sherrier, he had a little bit of a closer match than expected. We know Morgan Sherrier made that fight competitive. In my opinion, I thought Morgan Sherrier won that fight, but now Esteban Ribovics is on a longer win streak, and maybe he's more well-deserving because it looks like he's building up a nice win streak here. I think he should be able to win against against Ricardo Ramos. We know Ricardo Ramos is going to be looking to make this fight go on the ground, try to make this fight in his realm, but I think Esteban Ribovics can make this fight his win after a hard-fought 15 minutes. Now we're going to go to my third most confident pick of the week. Let's go. Danny Barlow. I kind of spoiled it a little bit earlier. Danny Barlow minus 320 versus Sam Peterson plus 235. We know Danny Barlow has that left hand to God, just like his nickname says, but his most recent bout was a little bit sketchy, being a split decision versus Nikolai Veretinnikov. We know Nikolai just lost to Austin Vanderford, where he was a little bit salty and he pushed Austin because of how dominated he got in that fight. When I look at Danny Barlow, we have to see his boxing. We have to see how good he is in the boxing and the striking department, how he's looking in the striking, how he's looking in the sparring. Can he keep this fight on the feet? He's explosive. We already know he has that hands. We just need to know if he's going to finish this fight inside the distance or not. When I look at his sparring tape, it looks like he goes all the way in, and he doesn't have yes men around his corner. He has one of the best gyms in the UFC. Out of his team, he has a very good gym, and he surrounds himself with very good people. When you see Danny Barlow isn't just a puncher, I just wanted to show this really quick if I can get away with it. When we look at it, he's not just a puncher. Let me move this up real quick. We can see he also has a very good high kick. Perfect. Right on the button. Let's see if I can get away with that. Now we're going to get into my fourth most confident pick of the week. I think Danny Barlow can get a win over Sam Patterson, who's a plus 235. But we do know that Danny Barlow had that little bit of a sketchy split decision against Nikolai. I think Danny Barlow, if not, he can dominate this fight. I think he can find the finish, if not KO his opponent, Sam Patterson. He's parlayable, and he should be a very good lock. I think he's very good. He's not my lock of the week, but Danny Barlow for the win. Let's go, my guy, Danny Barlow, my third most confident pick of the week. Now we're going to get into my fourth most confident pick of the week, guys. My fourth most confident pick of the week. The lock of the week is going to be the sixth most confident pick of the week, so I'm building up the anticipation more than ever. William Gomis, the fourth most confident pick of the week, 14-2-0, set to face off against Hyder Emil. We know when Hyder Emil fights, sometimes he wants to get you in a brawl. He wants to bring you into the fire. Against Jung Young Lee, he KO'd him in the first round very, very fast after just spamming hooks, and he brought him into the firefight. I think William Gomis should be able to win this fight. He's a little bit timid on the outside. He gets a lot of hate, like his last fight against Joe Anderson Brito, where a lot of people favored Joe Anderson Brito to win that fight and said it was a robbery. But William Gomis was staying on the outside and picking his shots. It's just that he has low volume, but he is very accurate. When we look at William Gomis, he also has very good kicks. Sometimes that overhand right is a little bit sloppy. Sometimes he can leave his chin in the air a little bit. But against Hyder Emil, he's going to have to be on his toes, just like a Uselyis trying to evade distance, trying to stall out the time, look for the counterpunch, be timid at times, but win 2 rounds out of the 3. I think he wins the first round and the third round. If not, maybe the second and third if Hyder Emil comes off heavy and strong. I think William Gomis should be able to win this fight, and I'm confident in him. Although when we see one of his losses, it's by heel hook. I just wanted to show this really quick. He lost by heel hook. Just to throw that out there, if Hyder Emil's watching tape, if he's looking at his losses, we know William Gomis has lost by submission before. You know, if I'm Hyder Emil, you never know. Now we're going to get into my fifth most confident pick of the week, guys. My fifth most confident pick of the week. I think you guys are going to like this one. Let's go. Fifth most confident pick of the week, guys. Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage is set to face off against Julian Marquez. Cody Brundage is a plus 122. Julian Marquez minus 156. I think you guys are going to like this fight. I know it's a lackluster co-main event. A lot of people are like, why is this the co-main event? We know that there's some fights under them that should be more deserving of the co-main event, but it is what it is. Cody Brundage is set to face off against Julian Marquez. I think that fight, no matter what, somebody's going to get finished in that fight. So, if I'm going to take any side money line, Julian Marquez, who has only went the distance twice, and Cody Brundage, who normally doesn't really go the distance, I'm going to just take money line, Cody Brundage, plus 122. Give me the underdog for the win. I think he should be able to win this fight. Obviously, we know this is year 2025. Cody Brundage and Julian Marquez, who are on losing streaks, where they've both been finished multiple times, are in the co-main event. where we know there's some more deserving fighters that should be in the co-main event. But it is what it is. When I look at Cody Brundage, this is one thing that's very important for me, how he's looking in the striking department, because we know he has good wrestling. We already know he has good wrestling. We have to see how his striking is. We saw in an interview today on Wednesday, on Media Day, he said that he didn't feel like he was enjoying the moment at UFC 300. He said that against Bo Nickel, he wasn't enjoying the moment and he wasn't feeling himself. He says, now I'm locked in. Let's go. So Cody Brundage for the win. Now we're going to get into my lock of the week. Let's go. The 6th most confident pick of the week. Without further ado, the lock of the week. Let's go. Enough anticipation. Let's get into it. Esteban Ribovics set to face off against Nasrat Haqparast. Nasrat Haqparast is a plus 210. Esteban Ribovics minus 280. I recommend just money line. We could play a little bit of a ball game if we take Esteban by KO or on points. I tried to look at it on FanDuel, Esteban by KO or on points, and it wasn't up yet. It's already Wednesday. Maybe by the time this video drops, it's already up. I will update you guys in the comment section. But Esteban Ribovics by KO or on points. And I like Esteban Ribovics money line. At a minus 280, I think it's perfect. I think it's parlayable. And I might just take it money line. If not, I might just jump on his Saturday. I might just take money line. I have a great parlay section. I have some good parlays with him. And I think he should be able to win this fight. We do know he does have a tough matchup against him. When we look at Esteban Ribovics, this is what I want to look at. How he looks in the striking department, how his leg kicks are looking, how he's looking in the wrestling department. But what I wanted to say was against Nasrat Haqparast, we know former foes of Nasrat Haqparast are Bobby Green, and we know how he looked in that fight. He was getting picked apart. The jab was working for Bobby Green. I think Esteban Ribovics is going to be looking to keep this fight on the feet. If Nasrat Haqparast shoots a takedown, he still can defend it and scramble. I wouldn't be surprised if Esteban might throw in a submission attempt, maybe just out of a defense. If Nasrat shoots a takedown, he jumps on a guillotine, maybe tries to take the back of Nasrat. But I think this fight is most of the time going to stay on the feet. It will be a little bit sketchy. Give me Esteban Ribovics money line and give me him by KO on points to win this fight. When we look at Esteban Ribovics, we know he's normally known for that highlight reel KO over Terrence McKinney, one of the fastest head kick finishes in UFC lightweight history, 37 knockout. But then I wanted to mention that's not the first round KO that he's gotten. Against Javier Basurto, we see punches. He got a KO in 7 seconds. So don't be surprised, guys, if he comes out wailing. Right here, we see another KO in the first round, 22 seconds. Don't be surprised if there's a Hail Mary KO. He comes out pretty fast, and he's ready to just start off the fight. Give me him to win. Now we're going to get into the first bonus. After this, we're going to get into the second bonus and then parlay section. First bonus, this fight doesn't go the distance. So, I wanted to say that this fight ends by KO. But on FanDuel, it's not showing me the props. This fight ends by KO. But when it's up, I will, on Friday, mention I'm taking that this fight ends by KO. Julian Marquez versus Cody Brundage. When we look at majority topology, they're favoring that this fight ends by KO. But we do know that it could get a little sloppy and it could go the distance. It's always a possibility. But with this fight right here, I'm going to be taking Cody Brundage. Obviously, you guys know I already took a money line. But I'm going to be taking this fight for the bonus that this fight doesn't go the distance. At a minus 490, you could take this fight goes the distance at a plus 280. Obviously, if you want more juice, you could take the under 2.5 or the over 2.5. That's going to be basically the bonus. I'm going to be taking the under 2.5 at a minus 345. And I know it's a little bit juiced, but it's parlayable and it's safe. When we look at both of these guys are on a losing streak. We don't know what we're going to get. Maybe Cody Brundage wrestles to a decision and it's a little bit sloppy and it doesn't hit. But more than likely, this fight's not going to go the distance. Somebody's going to get finished inside the distance. We know Julian Marquez's last 3 fights have been by KO inside the distance. His chin is not holding up. Give me that this fight ends by KO. I don't know what the odds are exactly. My fault. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 490 and give me the under 2.5 at a minus 345. Now we're going to get into the second bonus. I think you guys already know which one it's going to be. Let's go. Manel Kape versus Almabayev. I'm going to be taking the over 3.5. The bonuses are whether you want to choose the over or the under normally. And in this one, I'm going to be taking the over 3.5. Over 3.5 minus 225. Under 3.5 plus 150. when we're playing with an over 3.5, we could take that this fight goes the distance and you get more value. But I do think Manel Kape might get a late round TKO, or if not, also Almabayev might get a late round finish. This fight's going to be high output, high volume, and for this fight to go full 25 minutes, that's going to be like I'm asking for a little bit too much. I think the over 3.5 is going to be perfect for this fight. At a minus 225, it's parlayable, and we could do a nice little parlay. We already did Esteban Ribovics and Danny Silva, nice little 2-leg. We could do over 3.5, and Esteban Ribovics, nice little 2-leg parlay. I think it's perfect. If you want the under 3.5, it's plus money at a plus 150. Let me know what you guys think about the bonuses. First bonus, Cody Brundage fight doesn't go the distance and under 2.5. Second bonus, over 3.5 for the win. Let's go. Now we're going to get into the parlay section. Let's go. Parlay time. Manel Kape, Esteban Ribovics, Mario Pinto, 3-leg plus 129. I'll take it. Next leg. Danny Silva, Esteban Ribovics, 2-leg. We already talked about that. Minus 129. I'll take it. John Castaneda, JJ Aldrich, Charles Johnson, plus 263. I think it's a little bit likely, you know, with that Temerov fight, Charles Johnson or Temerov. We know it's a pick'em, so if you're going to make parlays, throw one of them in there. It's a 50-50 shot. Next parlay. Ramazan Temerov, Danny Barlow, William Gomis, and Cody Brundage, plus 743. I think that's a very good parlay in my opinion. Next parlay, Danny Silva, Mario Pinto, Luana Carolina, plus 186. And then my next straight money line, probably my best money line, is going to be the over 3.5 money line at a minus 225. I jumped on it. So I'm going to repeat them all over again. Manel Kape, Esteban Ribovics, Mario Pinto, 3-leg plus 129. Danny Silva, Esteban Ribovics, 2-leg plus minus 129. I actually like that 2-leg. It's one of my favorites. John Castaneda, JJ Aldrich, Charles Johnson, plus 263. Pretty good, worth a sprinkle. Ramazan Temerov, Danny Barlow, William Gomis, Cody Brundage, plus 743. By far one of my favorites. And then Danny Silva, Mario Pinto, Luana Carolina, plus 186. And of course, over 3.5 money line at a minus 225. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy this video? Are you guys excited for the lock of the week? Does the lock of the week streak continue? Are the parlays going to hit? Or we can mix and match. And do you guys like the bonuses? We know the first bonus is that the co-main event doesn't go the distance. Fight ends by KO. And the second bonus is the over 3.5. We're a little bit playing with fire, but I think it hits. We hit the last bonuses, so I think we're in very good condition. Last bonus was Fluffy Hernandez co-main event to go the distance. And unfortunately, we just didn't hit the Song Yadong and Henry Cejudo to go the distance, but we hit the co-main to go the distance. So we're looking to hit these two bonuses and the lock of the week. Let's go. And parlay section. Let's go. We're going to crush it. Let's go. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it. Peace. The best is blessed, baby. Take care. Let's get it. Hey.